Hey, now, and we good. I want to welcome all y'all to the call. I really appreciate you guys taking the time to hop on this call to learn about binary options. I want to give y'all a round of applause type situation, right? Because y'all could have been doing anything else, but y'all taking the time to learn a skill that nobody can take away from you. And if you implement this skill, things in your life can start to shift. Things can get better, but I like to say gooder, right? Because we got to have fun with this thing that we call life because we're in control. And I want to go over the course with you so you can see the things that I see, how I see it, so it makes sense to you, so you can make dollars, right? I want you to be able to leave this call today and be able to feel comfortable taking a trade and creating income from it. We're even going to take a few moments on this call to go to demo and just attempt to take trades on what we see. So that way you can get used to doing the action that's required to make this strategy work for you, right? The goal for this call is to allow you to see a strategy that you can use when you come to binary options and plug in some trades to create income that can potentially help you change your life if you stay the course. I want you to understand that we are going to lose trades just as well as we win trades. But as long as you're trading smart, as long as you're not trying to trade your whole account, as long as you keep money in your balance, you can create more income. I want to tell you something from my own perspective. So if you've learned binary options before from somebody else, I want to let you know that nothing that they taught you potentially is wrong. I'm not here to tell you that anything you learned is wrong. I'm here to tell you things from my perspective so you can understand what has been working for me so you can potentially get similar results like myself. So I call this course the Hyena Vision course. We had to change the vision. I understood that I have a lot of information that I can give to people to help them change the trajectory of their life. So I named my business Factory Reset Secrets. So those that are connected to me, those that are connected to my group are going to understand the secrets that I've been using to create massive income, right? So right here, Factory Reset Secrets, here's an overview. I want you to be the difference that you want to see, right? You cannot be the same person that you were when you were broke. You cannot be the same person that you were when you were struggling. You have to become different. You act as if, right? You act as if it's already happened. You get on that frequency. I want you to understand energy is everything. And if you're sitting around complaining about everything, you start attracting negativity. You are in the driver's seat of your life. Think about it. You have to stop thinking at the surface of things and start thinking a little bit deeper. If I say, hey, plug into a trade, guess who has to plug the trade in? You do. So it's your action that gets you the result. The one thing I want you to take away from this call as well is that you're always one decision away from the right decision. Just one decision. And once you make that decision, then make one decision. Don't overwhelm yourself. So there's a few steps, right? We're going to go over. A lot of you guys have already set up your pocket options account, right? The broker is inside the chat if you don't have it. If you're inside the Discord, which I'll get everybody that's on this call inside the Discord because we're going to transition everything from Facebook to Discord, right? So I want to make sure everybody had the pocket option account so they can trade, so they can do demo and live, right? We're going to be able to access the replay of this. So once I'm done with the call, I'll go ahead and upload it to the YouTube and get you guys access to it. So that way you can watch it and go back over it. You know how we listen to the same song over and over and over again, and then it's subconsciously programmed inside of us and we just start saying it, right? And then we start seeing the video that where the when the words are, we know the exact part the video is at. You know what I'm saying? Like if you think about it that way, when you watch the replay of the video, you do the same thing. You program this subconsciously. So when you come to the chart, you can see it without seeing it, right? You want to be able to see it without seeing, like it's just second nature. Oh, I know what I'm about to enter. Boom, I plug in. And I'm also going to give you access to all the live classes that I have this week, right? I want you guys to have understanding. I understand within self that after one call, you're not going to understand everything about pocket options. You're not going to understand everything about taking the trades. You're not going to understand everything about the strategy. We're going to have a few calls. So I'm okay with being consistent with having a few calls this week so you guys can start to get a better understanding. And the reason why I had you guys fund your account, once you're ready to go, I want you to trust yourself, believe in yourself. I know that we all have been told growing up, and if you've been told this, we're family. You lie so much you believe yourself, right? So I like to say live by the bar. Belief, action, and result. When you look at the word believe, it has lie in it. So that's manifestation. We manifest where we want to be. I am a six-figure trader. I am a seven-figure trader. I am a eight-figure trader. That's not me lying technically. That's me telling you where I want to be at. So I operate as if it's already happening so I can be on that frequency to attract the things that I need to get to that 7, 8 figures. Same thing for yourself. You have to see yourself there. And I believe in every last one of you guys. I mean, think about it. You did the first step. You showed up. Now, here's the truth. 95% of the people who trade, they're trading completely wrong. Now, I want you to think about this for a hot second, and let's just be realistic. And if you agree with this, let's put a 777 in the chat. If 95% of people who are trading are doing it wrong, if we do the opposite, that makes our accuracy of trading 95%. If you agree with that, put a 777 in the chat. Absolutely. If 95% of the people are doing it wrong and we do the opposite of them, that means that we're 95% accurate. Here's the beautiful thing about this. I'm going to show you an indicator inside of pocket options that many people don't even know about that show you what 95% of the people are doing inside the market. So now we can do the total opposite and potentially, it's always a potential that we could be 95% accurate. I'm just going to be honest with you on every last call. I'm going to tell you the possibilities. I'm going to tell you the truth. So there's a signal right here. This is green. So remember, we just seen a screen that said 95% of the people who trade completely wrong. Well, here, let's tap into the mindset. Let's do the opposite. We know that 95% of the people are buying, AKA going higher, which is going up. And at that time, potentially, the market was going down. So I'm going to show you an example live inside of this course on how you see me take a trade and you can see where the signal is at and you see me do the opposite and I get the result that I'm looking for. There's also a website that you can go to, myfxbook.com, right? You go to myfxbook.com and right on the front of the website, you go to where it says sentiment. You click on sentiment and it shows you what people are doing. So for here, it's more people selling GBP USD versus buying GBP USD. So if we know that 95% of the people are selling it, we want to be with the people that are not selling it and buy it. Tell you. We have to understand that everything in life is all about collecting data. Or if you say data, whichever one that you use, right? Facebook collected our data. All these apps that we download collect our data. When we purchase things, they're asking us for our email and phone number. They're collecting data, and they're using it against us because we are the product. So now that we understand that they're using data, we need to use data to create income. If that's what successful people are doing, we duplicate the same thing. Just like people are duplicating dances and cooking videos on TikTok, we just need to duplicate people in business so we can copy the right cat. So there's an indicator that I use. It's called the alligator, literally. Now, the alligator is going to show you the trend inside the market. To make this simple, right? Let's look at this yellow line right here. They call this the lips. Now, the blue lines are the mouth and the jaw. Just ignore that. I'm just telling you what they are. You don't need to understand it like that, but all you need to understand is how to use this to create the income. So notice this yellow line is crossing below the blue lines. That's letting us know the trend is reversing to the downside. So we would potentially be looking for sales, aka lowers. And notice the market went lower, pulled back, and then went lower. Now watch this. Over here, we crossed the blue line to the upside. And now we started going up. The trend started moving up. And I'm in a trade for the up movement, for the higher. I put $5 in there. And as you see, I'm in profit. So what this is I put a 1 minute trade in. This is the green line where I entered at. And I said, in 60 seconds, I believe that the candles will be higher than this point that I marked at. As long as the candle is higher, I don't care if it's a pinch above it. If it's above and I say it's going higher, I win. If it's a 92% trade, I'll win like $4 and some change extra on top of the $5. Right? So I'll show you that in a second, but you'll see it as well. If this was to be lower than this point, then I would have lost the $5. If it's higher, I gained the 92% of $5. So they give me the $5 back plus 92% of $5. So here, right here is an example of me actually taking a trade using this alligator so you can see it, how I saw it, and watch how the result happened.
See that? Oh, okay. I see what's happening. I'm about to be entering. Once this crossed the second one, I'm going to feel confident in entering the trade for the lower. Trade it as if it's a real account, y'all. That's why I be saying put a small amount in the account. When we have $100 or $200 in the account, we'll take a $50 loss and be like, oh, it's cool. I still got more bread in there. Oh, it's cool. But when you got $10 in the account, you're like, I can't afford to lose. I can't afford for this to go negative. I can't afford to keep funding my account with money that I already don't have. This is things that you have to say to yourself to really make it realistic for you. So that way you can have that life. I mean, it's enough motivation in the world as it is. Like if you need to be motivated, you can go to YouTube and get motivated. But what are you going to do with the motivation that you have? We knew this wasn't going to go down. The trend was still up. It stopped here. The yellow line didn't cross through both yet. Don't get faked out. And then this is why I'm testing at all times. So I need to figure out Blue's Clues. And I'm like, okay, this alligator is one of these indicators that I'm going to keep on. Why? Because I'm able to see what's going on inside the market. Look, it's still pushing, like all three are pointing to the upside. This is red. Okay, cool. I need this to cross down. Show me that you read. Also, if it's going sideways, it's consolidation. You got to be careful. There will be periods of, it will be long periods of time.
You see about the
Hold on, I'm about
candles?
to enter here. So there will be long periods of time where it'll be going sideways, and that's just consolidation. So while I entered that, where is place
That's
of
a 30-second
consolidation?
trade.
I want a good one right here. Just going sideways. As you see here too, this going sideways. We don't want to trade in this area, but it happens, right? A profit.
So you see how I waited, I was patient. I waited for it to cross that second blue line, and then I entered the trade for the lower. And I went back in time just to talk about what I was seeing here, and I won the trade. I won profit. You see, I put a $10 in there, but the profit was $19.20. Right? So I believe every last one of us can do this. If I can do that and be patient, I just kept talking, giving myself a time for the trade to play out. I didn't rush the process. I trusted the process because as long as I see what I need to see, wait for the yellow line to cross below both blue lines, wait for the yellow line to cross above both blue lines, and then plug in for the trade. Make sure everything is in alignment so I can take the trade that I need to win. I also use the MACD. The MACD shows you the momentum inside the market. So let's just say right here, we see this green line. If this is below the candles, right? As long as the moving averages are below the candles and it crossed to the upside, green crossing above the red line, that's a strong higher momentum. That means the market is going to be pushing upward. It's going to be pushing higher. If the moving averages are above the candles and a green line crosses below the red line, momentum is shifting to the downside. It's going to be going lower. My settings are the 6, the 13, and the 5. So you're going to see in this video how I'm using not only the alligator, but I'm using the MACD. I'm waiting for the cross to happen to show me momentum is shifting in the direction that I want it to. And then boom, I plug into the trade.
Hey, now, so I want to show y'all how to use the MACD. You see the MACD already crossed to the downside. I was trying to show y'all before it did it, but we'll find another one. Now, this MACD, it shows you the momentum inside the market. So if you're understanding the momentum, you see it cross to the downside, I got the bar below the zero here. It's showing you the reversal of the trend. So it's showing strong movement to the downside because of that MACD is showing you the momentum, which direction it's going. So when that cross happens while the moving averages are above the bars and across to the downside, you want to look for it to go lower. When it crosses to the upside and you start to see the bars go above, you want to go higher. It's really simple to use. So you look for it in real time along with the strategy. And this is how you will use it here. Let's look for one. All right, this might be a potential one that happened quick. So here, boom. We'll put this zone here because this is the place that we have bought from, right? And this is starting to go up. It's the 15-second chart, 30-second trade. Now, I do want the MACD to cross to the upside, but I also want this yellow line to cross both lines. So we wait for that. Now, I do see that this is green, and we, majority of the time, want it to be red, so we can do the opposite. But what this does show us is if this is green, it could potentially.
Real quick, y'all see right here how this is green, and I said we want this to be red. This is that indicator that it shows us 95% of the people who are trading, they're trading completely wrong. 95% of the people who trade are trading completely wrong. This indicator shows us. So all we got to do is look at it, scan it, make sure everything makes sense, and then we attack.
Pull up into here and then pull back down. So we need to confirm the cross. Because if this doesn't cross, we're still below the zero and it can still go down. So since that didn't cross, look at how it came here and now it's dripping. It did not cross. This is still green. The downward movement is the down trend. So we need this to cross above and this MACD needs to cross the top side as well. Now this is looking like it's creating a W pattern, which is cool. But we got to be patient and allow this to play out. All right, so we see right here the MACD's crossing to the upside. We can go ahead and just hit higher. And this is prematurely entering the trade before the cross happens. But again, when the MACD cross, that's giving you the confirmation that's needed, showing you, hey, we're going to be moving in the upward direction. So this right here was why I entered the trade. And as you see, we won the trade. And that's how you use the MACD. You can prematurely
Notice it's
enter,
red over there on the
knowing, look, boom, lit. Now, I didn't want to use the 500, but that's just showing you I knew what I was doing. It's reversed. So now, look, my real entry is my next candle. So once I see this break above, like I see it breaking above there, I'm going to prematurely enter. Because I already see this is red now. So I know I'm looking to go higher. The momentum shifted to the upside. I know this is, look, it just crossed to the upside. But again, we're on a downtrend. So what I didn't pay attention to was this part here. This is why you always draw your stuff. Boom. This is a zone that we're going to be looking for a reaction from because it's on a downtrend. So we need this to come up here, and then we'll be looking for it to go lower potentially. Up, and we won that trade too. So it, as you see, we win 2 in a row. I didn't want to go this long with the video, but yeah. So
you see, as long as you can see where you are inside the move and you follow exactly what I'm telling you, I'm showing you in a video that it works. We all have the same perspective on how this works. I entered twice on this video, one straight off the MACD with the momentum shifting, and then second, when we were supposed to, when the yellow line crossed above both blue lines. How many of us right now believe that that's simple enough to do? Let me get a 777 in the chat. I know it's simple. It's gonna take us time to get it, but it makes sense though, right? We wait for a cross as long as the lines are below the bars. As soon as it crosses, that's letting us know momentum shifting up. And then here with the yellow line crossing above both blue lines, if we can wait for that to happen, we straight. Now we may not win every last one of them, but we've been winning majority of them. So why not continue to do the same thing that's working? Now with funding the account, I know a lot of us have already done that, right? It's just going straight to the logging into your account, clicking the gold thing at the top. That they have a special going right now. If you deposit 50, they give you $25. So now you have like 70 something in your account. So that extra money that you have in there, you can use that to trade with until you get back down to your 50. So you can use $1 per trade from 70 to 50. Because that's extra money that you, right? That's extra money that you get. You want to always make sure that you give yourself a chance to be able to trade. Don't just go through using high amounts of your account because you know that you can make a lot of money quick. Just trade smart. Do $1 per trade. Mentally take trades. Like see it play out first before you actually take it. Make sure you see 5 of them happen before you start actually taking trades. Like you see it happen first, but yep. All right, cool. The next time around, when I see this happen again, I'm gonna take the trade. We're gonna trade smart, y'all. We're gonna out trade everybody. We're gonna out trade our old versions of ourselves. We're going to win, but we first have to believe first. It starts with belief, and then you take the action to get the result that you're looking for. We're gonna set smart goals, right? We're not gonna be unrealistic. It has to be specific. What do you want? I know on a monthly basis, y'all, I want to make $14,950 a month. $14,950 a month. Today is the 18th. As we've seen in the beginning of the call, I just withdrew 4,000. So I got to make sure the action is there to get that goal. Is that goal measurable? Am I able to actually get $14,950 a month? Is that a realistic time frame? Is it actually achievable? And does it make sense? Mind, again, your mind drives you. If you don't control your mind, you don't control you. If you don't control your mind, you don't control you. If you're not in a place where you're happy at right now, if you're not in a place to where you really want to be there, then what you've done up to this point has not really worked for you. It's time to start taking that action to bring the cash in. It's time to start shifting the mindset, getting on that frequency that you need to be so you can attract the things that's needed to change your life. Your family's depending on you, you're depending on you, and there's people that you don't even know that's attached to you that's waiting on you to have success, and they can't have success until you break through. And you keep quitting, you keep starting over, you keep proving people that say it don't work right. Get away from the people who say you can't. Get around the people who say this is how. Get away from the people who say you can't. Get around the people that say this is how. You have to. And then you be disciplined. Listen, everything in this world is pretty much a distraction. This is why I don't watch television. I tell a vision. It's a difference. I understand if I get caught up in these Facebook reels, I'm going to be stuck for hours and I'm not going to do anything that's producing income. I know if I get stuck on YouTube, I'm going to be stuck in a place to where I'm not producing any income. If I get caught up on TV, like watching Shark Tank or The Founder or anything motivational, I'll get caught up in that and I'm not doing income producing activities. You got to be disciplined. Set yourself some go. You know what? For today alone, I'm going to work on this for an hour. I'm going to give myself 15 minutes. I'm going to get up 15 minutes earlier so I can work on this 15 minutes so my day can continue to go smooth. I'm not going to let anything distract me from my end goal. I'm going to do what it takes to get there. Nothing can stop me but me. And I'm talking for you right now. There's somebody on this call right now that needed to hear that. Like, it's you versus you, nobody else. Close out all distractions. You can have success. It don't matter what you've been through. I didn't have the best life either. My mother died before I could meet her. My dad was on drugs heavy. Drug addiction was real heavy in the 90s. I went straight to foster care from the hospital. My next foster parent beat me. And we went to a different, we went somewhere else, then got back with our father. Then there was a drug bust inside the house. Right when I got off the school bus, the neighborhood barber told me don't go home, and it made me want to go home anyway. When I went there, it's a drug bust. My dad swallowed a little bit more than an 8 ball and survived it. I ran away at 13, moved to Ohio, had a chance to start over. Went to high school, dropped out my senior year, had 2 classes and didn't go. Attempted college. I went 2 semesters. I met Sally Mae, divorced her quickly. 2014 was the last time I saw a 9 to 5. I said, this is it. I had a note on my desk and said, this is the last day I'm working. And it didn't happen instantly. I didn't know what I was doing at first, but I never gave up. And then in 2016, I had my first piece of success. I manifested the person that I really want to work with. I showed my work ethic and they flew me out to Dallas. And I was using my Facebook ads, my skills. I know how to build. And we ran a store of a dog toy. And in 2016, we hit 1.2 million in 30 days. So I will not look at a 9 to 5 the same. If I do see a 9 to 5, I look at it as use that money to invest into yourself. There's nothing wrong with a 9 to 5. It's what are you doing with it? Understand the concept of where you're at. The structure of your job works. Why do we think that the businesses have been around so long? Because the structure of it works. It's a CEO, and then it's this person, and it's that person. Everybody has a chain of command. He built or she built, whoever's the CEO, they built a team of individuals to help the company grow. And they agreed to do their part for the company to stay afloat. That's why it's called team. Together, everyone achieves more. And we have to be disciplined. We have to be focused as well. So you can have the life you deserve. If I can go through everything that I've been through and realize that I didn't come this far to come this far. I didn't realize when I realized, I told myself, realize that I couldn't get that life that I wanted based off the environment that I was around, based off the friends that I had at that time. When I changed my beliefs and I changed my circle of influence, I changed the top 5 people that I hang with. When I wanted to become a better speaker, I started getting around friends that know how to speak. When I wanted to learn how to trade, I got around people that knew how to trade. When I wanted to learn how to close sales, I got around people who could close sales. You see, those are my top 5 people. If you're around BB and CC and cousin Dre, right, just doing a whole bunch of nothing, drinking for no reason and just wasting life, You gotta shift that for a moment until you get yourself right. Get yourself right. You deserve that life. You don't have to be 60 years old struggling, 70-year-old struggling. We have 20, 30, 40-year-old millionaires. So there's something that they're doing that we must not have understood. And I'm just one of those people who understood it at that level. I've been blessed to just put myself in position to learn all this stuff that I needed to have success. And now I'm here to teach you guys. It's a book called The One Thing. We hear that one saying that, yo, you need 7 streams of income. And we sometimes feel that we need to have 7 different businesses. Listen, and this is just from my perspective, because I tried to do 7 different businesses. And you can agree or you can disagree. But when you're doing 7 different businesses, it seems like you're always attempting to get everything off the ground. So you never get anything started. It's like you in build phase your whole entire career until you focus on that one thing and get it off the ground. And once it can move without you, then you move on to the next thing. Or you can create multiple streams of income off of one thing. For example, Forex, if you educate, that's 1. You give signals, that's 2. You do one-on-ones, that's 3. You do masterminds, that's 4. You do, right? You create courses, that's 5. Sell replays, that's 6. You see what I'm saying? There's so many different things that you can do off of one stream. It's all in alignment with the same thing. So now you don't confuse your audience. Even if you have a different business outside of this, be strategic with how you talk and boss up. Your future self is dependent on you. The success you want is on the other side of the action that you haven't even taken yet. What is your why? And I know that they say your why should make you cry, but your why should make you get up and go after what you want on a deeper level. There's people on this call right now that want extra money. There's people on this call right now that just want time freedom. Some people just want to be financially free. Some people on this call just want to help others. They're cool with their income. But everybody on here want to become better. We all want to become the greater version of ourselves. How can we continue to be greater if we keep doing the same thing that kept us stressed out? When it comes to trading, guys, it's bigger than just getting on here and just taking trades. We got to become better. We got to become greater. We got to believe bigger, faster. We got to understand that we can versus we can't. I believe in every last one of you. And here's the truth. Because I just got back online. I had to do a factory reset myself. I had to start over. And in order to sometimes break through, sometimes you have to be broken. It's okay to be broken. Especially when you feel like you hit rock bottom, because the only place that you can go from that point is up. The question is, do you really want it or not? Tomorrow at 9 o'clock, we're going to dig into the charts and start taking trades. Tonight, I wanted to show you the strategy on here. Tomorrow, we're going to implement it. I want you guys to be able to watch the replay, see it, pull the charts up, and just take some time. On demo, don't do your live account tonight. Go to demo and just test it out to see if you understand it. Wait for the yellow line to break through both of the blue lines. I'm going to go to the chart real quick and show you how to put the indicators on so it can also be a part of the recording. And then, boom, we'll go ahead and end the call. If you guys got value while I'm pulling it up, go ahead and let me get a 777 in the chat. Hey, now. How do I get this off of here? This stuff is moving and grooving. There we go. Got a nice little withdrawal today. I'm excited. I ain't gonna lie to you. I appreciate y'all for real. So on here, right? So here's my setup. So you come here. I think this is indicators. Nope. This one. Okay, so right here, so right here beside the name, you got the minutes, which is telling us the time, and then we got this right here. So we click this, and we want to click Alligator. Then we want to click moving average. Then we want to click RSI. And then we want to click MACD. On your moving average up top, you're going to see this edit button. Click the edit, and you're going to put the period 50, moving average SMA. My color is like a turquoise color, and I have it on 4 pixels. That just is the size of it, right? So this is the size of that turquoise line. For your alligator, right? I left all this the same. I didn't touch none of this. I go to styles. I put the lips as yellow. I think I did say this completely wrong earlier. The jaw, I said the jaw and the something. The teeth and the jaws is blue at the 4 pixels, and then the lips is yellow. So we want the lips to cross below the teeth and the jaw. Pretty much we just want the mouth to be shut. Like, shut your mouth, I'm closing up. You know what I mean? Or I'm closing shop. So once it crossed through both, it's like closing shop. On the RSI, the period 14. On the styles, I put everything at 50 and all yellow. I left the green line green. Most people that talk about the RSI, they talk about the 70 and 30. We only need the 50. It lets us know where we are inside the move. When it's above this 50, it's in buy territory. When it's below the 50, it's in sell territory. So we should be looking for it to go lower down here. We look for it to go higher up here. And then my MACD settings, right? Fast period 6, slow period 13, and then the signal period 5. I didn't change anything else. So here is how you makeithappen.com. This is what we're looking for. We're on a 1 minute time frame. So you come here, you come to the 1 minute time frame. Now here, I have a 1 minute expiration. So this is letting the system know, hey, in 1 minute, I'm going to win the trade or lose the trade. If I want to do a 5-second trade, I can say in 5 seconds, I believe it's going to be higher. And if it's higher, I win the trade. If it's lower, I lose. This is the dollar amount that you want to risk inside that trade. So right now, I just withdrew. So I left $1 in there because I'm going to trade this dollar account. And I'm going to record my session, taking $1 to a higher amount. So we can see here, I use this 50 line, this light turquoise line here. If we're above it, we're looking for the buys. As you see, this is red and it's shooting to the top. 95% of people are selling this right now, and this is bursting to the top. We got the cross of the MACD here, and we're above the 50. So we're in buy territory. So once I see something like this, I'm going to instantly drop down to a lower time frame, 15-second. And once I see the cross here, I can enter early to get in for that early entry. If it's about to happen on a 1 minute, we drop down to the 15-second. And when that move happens, we enter. Yep, I got you. Yep, I'm sorry. I ain't even my bad, y'all. I got you. I got the motivational stuff coming. Word. And then moving average, I got you in the alligator. So the moving average, the period is 50. And then the moving average is SMA. Go to style, and my color is that. We go to the alligator. All of this is the same. I never change anything. So we just come to style. and put the lips as yellow and the teeth and the jaws as blue. Hey, now. Okay, cool beans, cool beans. I'm just checking. Oh, snap. I forgot. I hope, I hope the team is on here. I hope the team is on here. Oh my gosh. My pleasure for sure. All right, so we got that. And we see how it's still peeling to the top. Notice it's red. So most people are still selling. Over here, we got the stock that we want to trade. So the pair, we can change it from stocks to currencies, right? We can go to these regular pairs. Now, these are not the regular pairs. As you see, they have OTC at the end. These at the bottom, they're only like 70% right now. So you'll only get 70% profit off the win if you win. These are the regular pairs. OTC stands for over the counter. So this is not a real chart. This is a different algorithm. So we see right here is about to cross the second line to the upside. We're above the 50 and the MACD already crossed it up. So we can come to this 1 minute time frame real quick to see if it's going to keep pulling. So I can wait till the yellow line gets to the blue one and it crosses. That's starting to trend to the upside. So you use 2 time frames to confirm the move. Let me check. I'm sorry for the what indicator is that? Oh, I got you. Perfect. I'm glad you asked that. Thank you so much, family. Word. So over here under the pair, right? Y'all see AUD, JPY, OTC. Right below it, it's like a little clock. Come to that right side. It's a settings gear. Boom. And then go to indicators and turn your signals on. That's this right here. And notice we wait until this cross that blue line. And again, you don't have to physically take trades all the time. We know the momentum already shifted to the upside, but you see now it's about to touch it. So we wait and be patient because this can easily just pull back to the downside, and we can check by going to the 15-second. And if this respects this 50 and this starts curving to the downside, then once it crosses, take that trade. But as we see, this might be rocking to the up. So this is why patience is key. And now this is going to the downside. We just come to the 15-second and look to see if it's about to cross. If not, you see it just respected, and now it broke above the 50. We're still above the 50 down here on the RSI. So right now we still should be looking for the buy or the higher. Go to the 1 minute and we can see that it's still pushing. It's about to cross here. So we just got to be patient and wait. This is also about to break above the 50. It just hasn't broke yet. If it don't break, that means it's going to stay below the 50 and start selling again. As we see, here we go. So it's about being patient and wait until we're at the 50. So we're about to be below it. Remember, below the 50, we look for the sales. Here's the cross here to the downside. So once this cross to the downside, that's entry. And this is green over here. We're mentally taking this trade, and we see we got the cross and it's peeling to the downside. It's just like that. And notice I said mentally take the trade. I'm glad I didn't take it because I had this on a 5-second. I would have probably lost, no cap. So I'll do 1 minute trades all the time. But I use both time frames, the 1 minute to the 15 seconds. I knew that we were breaking below the 50. Remember, below the 50, we're looking for the lower. We got that yellow line crossing below both, and you see it's peeling to the downside. This is green. We do the opposite of what 95 people are doing. They're buying, we're going low. You see what's happening. So this is how you want to look at the chart so you can win big. So tomorrow night, we're going to actually be taking the trades and implementing. So tonight, just at the top, click on real and go to demo. Just create a demo account. and just practice it to just tonight. Just get used to seeing it. Be patient. Think doctor mentality. I believe every last one of you guys can do this. I know you can. And here's why I say that. And I'll let you go. At one point of our life, we didn't know how to walk. And we learned how. At one point of our life, we didn't know how to talk. And we learned how. There was a skill that you once did not know how. And you learned how because you believed that much you could. Some of us, it was sports. Some of us, it was cooking. Some of us, it was just music, whatever it is. You learn how to use Facebook. You learn how to use Cash App. You learn how to get on Zoom. At one point, you didn't know when you never used it until you did it. So that lets you know right there, you can do anything that you put your mind to. It takes action to bring the cash in. myfxbook.com. As a matter of fact, we can actually pull it up so y'all can see it. So right here, where it says sentiment, click it, bam. Now EU, a lot of people are selling EU right now. Let's see what it's doing. We're in a 5-minute time frame. What's it overall been doing? So it peeled up and the market just refreshed 4 hours ago. So it's like it went up and it's been coming down. So as of right now, let me see if it's actually going down. So it kind of just went up a little bit and kind of went down. So it's consolidating right now. It's just in a little range. So this wouldn't even be a good time to even enter into this trade. And we look on a 1-minute time frame. And if we're looking at it from this, we're right. Market has been going up. This is just a pullback until it comes back down here. So it was pulling up. Now this is just pulling down. It's not confirmed to keep pulling down yet, but we can see what it's doing. Let's look at another one. We'll do it later. GBP USD, majority of people are selling. You see it's pulling up. This is powerful, y'all. And then y'all know that we got the Monero sauce. So we know how, right? Look at, dang, market peeled to the top. It just skipped the beat. So this, I know some of y'all don't know what this is. This is our AI software that literally just scans the market for us, gives us our pattern, tells us the time frame it created it on, gives us the entry, the target, and the stop loss. Here's the risk to reward. So we know this right here is a 9 or 13 pip trade. Oh no, I lied. 14 pips to the upside. AUD USD. So I click on it and we see it hit here and already went to target already. Got the entry, targets, stop loss. So I have a system that don't get sleepy, that all it just scanned just now, July 18th, 21:55. That's 1 minute ago. 5-minute time frame trade. It found the Gartley pattern on EJ. Is this trade worth getting into? Potentially. So we see it's a sell. It's 8 pips. Probably not worth getting into, but we can see here. Once it break below here, we take it to the target. I don't have to do the hard part. So we working smarter, not harder. That's the call. Let's make the best days of our past the worst days of our future, because life can only get better. I will see you at the top. At the bottom is way too crowded. Does anybody have any questions before we go? cool beans and spaghetti. Hey, now. I'll see y'all in the chats. Chosen.